Shout out to my man Joe Flood for getting it popping. I'm watching this Raider game. They getting their ass kicked, so they gave me a lot of time to make this video. Um, the post was, why are stats overrated? Stats are overrated because it only tells one chapter, only one part of the story. Um, and I think most stats are overrated. We could look at passing yards. Who's number 2 and who's number 3? We got Matthew Stafford and we got Carson Palmer. Just say Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer is 2 in passing yards, but he's the reason why his team loses a lot of games. Now we have Alex Smith, who's like 28th. But he's like number 1 in quarterback efficiency, quarterback rating. He's like top 10. Some guys are even putting him in elite class. Now, I'm not going that far, but I will say he has value. He plays his role better than anybody can play his role. And be careful what you reach for in Kaepernick. But when I think of Alex Smith, the Niners have a great defense. So you run the ball, first and second down, you end up with a 3rd and 8. Chances are you punting the ball. You punt the ball to Ted Ginn. Remember Ted Ginn last year? Ted Ginn would get us about 15, 20 yards, maybe even take it to the house. We played a field position game. All we ask Alex Smith, get 2 or 3 first downs. You know what I'm saying? So we itching closer to the touchdown. And if we do got a punt, you got Andy Lee. Punting them into the corner, putting them inside the 20-yard line. We got David Akers kicking it, kicking field goals. But I'm sorry I got off subject. I hella promise. I wanted to get back to why stats are overrated. Let's go like ranking defense. If we rank a defense, it's according to the game flow. So if an offense is getting a lot of 3 and outs, for example, I think a few years ago, under Mike Nolan, that the 49ers had the best defense. Call me crazy. I think under Mike Singletary, the 49ers had the best defense. Call me crazy. But it meant nothing because we were a 3 and out offense, which means we had to get off the field, which means our defense played most of the game, which means they gave up a lot of yards. Well, at least apparently it looked like they gave up a lot of yards. But in all actuality, they didn't. They didn't give up a lot of yards. They were just on the field. When you go on the field, you know, you're going to give up yards. You're going to give up touchdowns. Sometimes the score look lopsided, but that's just because we couldn't get it. So for our defense to even be ranked 20, 15, wherever it was, back under the Singletary and Mike Nolan era, it was not an accurate tale. You have to watch the game. Stats only tell one part of the story. It's only one chapter.